Hey everyone, it is Ursa, and it is that time of year again. Voting has opened for Monstercat Best of 2025. I'm going to go through, I'm going to pick my favorites. Unfortunately, there was an error in recording last time, so this is my second time doing this. I already have my list, but I'm going to go through all of the year's releases and give my thoughts on the year for the label as a whole. First thing I want to note is I really love this pixel art aesthetic, and I'm excited to see what the cover for this compilation is going to be. But let's get into it. So we're starting off in December of last year. I like this track from Zensei. It was kind of something different from him. And after the amazing Sound Therapy EP, it's a nice little change in tone. Got some VIPs, some remixes, cool stuff, nothing really all that special. Then we're starting off the year proper with Love and Hardcore from Glad Paling. I don't get it. I'm sure there's people who like it, but I just don't get it. So good tracks from Rusco and Cloud None. I like this track by Bad Computer. I like it a lot. It's like just barely off my list. I think it's just ultimately there's better Bad Computer tracks, but this is like really something different and something cool and something out there, and I hope to hear more of that kind of stuff. But like I also like his like more poppy stuff. We haven't seen that for a minute, I guess. My first vote is going to be for Unforgettable here by Bob Subwave and I'm Alright. It's got this retro vibe to it. I'm Alright's vocals are smooth as ever, and it just all comes together very neatly. Second vote's going to be Show Me by Frankie Nuts and Axel Boy. Great debut from Axel Boy. A ton of amazing debuts on the label this year, and technically a return from Frankie Nuts, but it feels like a debut, so I'm going to say it's also a debut from Frankie Nuts. These two, their styles blend so well. It's just an amazing track, and I love what Frankie Nuts does, and I love what Axel Boy does. I also really like this track from Habstract, 0200. It's impressive how Habstract has been like a mainstay in the industry and in bass house as a sound for like over a decade now, and he's still putting over a decade? Actually, I don't know how long he's been active. That sounds legit, but I might be wrong about it. But a long time either way, and he's still finding ways to push like the genre forward. It's really quite impressive. I also really like this track from Arcondo and Purpose, Ultrasound. This might be a bit of a strange pick for me because it kind of just seems like a regular, Neurofunk DMB tune, but I think it's really like there's something to it where if you listen to it, there's something to it that sets it apart. It's kind of cool how Arcondo like just decided to start doing drum and bass last year, and then it's now one of its biggest figures, and Purpose has been doing it for a while, so like it makes for a good dynamic, I think. I also really like this track from No Mana, Losing Focus. Also with Cusp and Bertie Scott. Bertie Scott sounds great on it, and it's something a little different from No Mana, which I appreciate. This track from Must Die and Keizo is also really good. Must Die doesn't always click for me, but when he does, I see why everyone in the industry seems to love him. Like the third drop being like techno Jersey Club. Like how do you even think of that? I'm at a loss for words, but like it works out so well. And obviously all the dubstep drops are very cleanly mixed. Lizdek and Atura, another two amazing debuts. I love that track, but it's not quite on my list. Guy Arthur also debuted. I think this is Sublab's debut. I could be wrong about that. The album from Coven was pretty good. No real standout tracks, but I liked it fine. And then there's Where Did You Go from Conroe, aka Encore. My favorite track from Silk. I think Silk as a whole had kind of a weak year, at least in comparison to last year. Maybe it's just that I'm getting used to this style, but like Colorize has a similar style, and I think they had a pretty strong year. So I don't think it's just that I'm getting tired of melodic house. I think just maybe it was just a lighter year for Silk as a whole. I really like this track from Blastoise, Trivecta and Amity. Honestly, this feels like a more fitting follow-up to Pantheon from like 4 years ago than the actual sequel, which released this year, Pantheon 2. I feel like it just captures the vibe a lot better. And you can really see like Trivecta's artistic progression, because it used to be more like Seven Lions type melodic dubstep, but now it has like some more OG influences, which I think is pretty cool. I've got the Oliver's EP, which is pretty good. Not quite any standouts. The Tokyo Machine EP is fine. Debut from Nasty, another great one. A nice pair of little bass house tunes. I don't really like these commercialized Afro house, but I can't really get bad at it because, well, here's the thing. I think Monstercat's strength is its diversity. There's a lot of EDM labels that really hone in on one specific sound, and I think that's great and amazing, but it's also nice that we have labels that are big enough that they just kind of do everything. And I think in terms of diversity, Monstercat really knocked it out of the park this year, especially with like all the debuts from all these people who have like built up a lot of hype in very specific spaces but haven't quite crossed over. Like Sport Mode. Hey, perfect timing. So I've been following Sport Mode for a few years since he debuted on Circus, and he always had this very distinct style where it had all these flutes, but it was like this weird trap sound, and I remember listening to it and thinking, like, there's something really special here. If he just works at it and refines this for like a few years, something amazing is going to come out of it. And I was right. Something amazing did come out of it. Fly. I love this track. The first drop is like a techno drop that I like, which is very rare. But then the second and third drops are just, I mean, his typical thing, but there's just something, like everything fits into place. It's a typical Sport Mode drop, but there's just something extra in it, and I love it so much. I know this track got a lot of hype. It's not my favorite. I mean, I like it, but like I really didn't feel like it did that much special. I love this EP from Paper Skies as well. A cool new style, but there weren't really any standout tracks on it. I think his what's it called? The like Won't Be the Same remix for Dabin, and also his What I Need track that like just dropped last week or 2 weeks ago. I think those were really great, and I like those better than what was on Canvas, but Canvas is still a great EP and a great debut from Paper Skies. Well, I mean, it debuted with By My Side, but you get my point. I like this EP from All Night. I love All Night. She's a really talented vocalist, and I think she produced this EP, so really talented producer as well. She really elevates everything she's on. I really like a track with Oculus she just did. Some more Viperactive. I like Viperactive. I like this collab with Virtual Riot. Diesel EP was fine. Some more Silk. Some Exod with his DMB alias. A lot of artists turning to DMB. We've got some more Abstract tracks. These are also both pretty good. Not quite 0 to 100 though. We've got Don Diablo with his drum and bass alias. I like this track as well. Just not my favorite. Baile Gates with the Baile VIP. I think it's funny that Baile has become such a popular, like Baile Funk and Montaham. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's become so popular, but I feel like it's very stagnant. Like, well, it's hard to call it stagnant when it's only been around for a few years as like a mainstream thing, but like a lot of it just sounds the same. Like, you listen to what NCS is putting out right now, a lot of the tracks just sound identical, but this here is like nice and unique. And I think whenever a non-Baile Funk artist does Baile Funk, like when Dyadic does it, Skybreak has a live edit of Euphoria Rush that has a Baile drop. Yeah, whenever a non-Baile artist does it, it sounds really good for some reason. So I think the genre just needs more people willing to take risks, I guess. I don't know. This track from Rocket Man really just appeals to like all of my interests, where it's like melodic, but it's also very aggressive, and it's got all these fast-paced like little sounds in the last drop, and like the filtering. I don't know. Maybe this one's kind of specific to me, but I think it's really cool that Rocket Man got this opportunity anyway. And I think it's a great EP. I think he absolutely earned it. I don't understand Nalick. Is it like, okay, I'm hesitant to call things like industry plants, but like, what is Nalick an industry plant? I don't even know, because like his rise to fame is so weird. It's not even that it's like unnatural or that it feels astroturfed. It's strange. Like something feels wrong about it. I don't know. His music is like fine. I don't have anything against it, but it's also just not my thing. Whatever. I love this Chime EP, The End of an Era, and Between is my favorite track from it. The Scary Pretty Paradox is also very close to making it, and honestly Rainbow Rave Parade as well, but I'm picking Between. I'm not limiting myself, by the way. I'm not going to be like strictly one song per EP. It's just genuinely, I think there are 14 other tracks that I like more than Scary Pretty Paradox, but yeah, Between is just that strong. I relate to it, especially as a non-binary person, but also it's just extremely well produced. It's got a really fun flow to it. And then Take Me Away by Kodeko. I love Kodeko so much, and his house music is great. He just has the groove down to a T. IC was also great, but Take Me Away is just on another level. Like everything comes together so perfectly. I don't know how he does it. It's not quite better than Alibi, but it's still really amazing. As is Only Be Myself, a debut from Arya, another great debut. Not quite a debut from Beast Boy. He had that track with Control Freak last year, but still, I know this style's a little more like this style of more UK dubstep. Some people might struggle to get into it a little bit, but if that's you, give this track a few listens, because there's something really special in there. And I actually saw Arya live a few weeks back, and he played this track. I went crazy to it. It's so fun. Another fun track, Aura Farming by Virtual Riot and Eliminate. It's funny, when I first heard this, I thought the drop was like a little bit simplistic. Like I liked it, but I just felt like I didn't like it as much as I expected to. But I thought to myself, I'm just going to sit with it and see if it grows on me. And I sat with it, and it grew on me. And it's in my top 15 for this year, so yeah. I like this track from Oblivion, Hyperfocus. Not quite in my top 15, but it's a fun one. Company P is fine. Another Lizdek track. LP from Arshand. I like this LP a decent amount. There's just not really any standout tracks, but like there isn't really meant to be. It's more about the vibes, and the vibes are there. Got a debut from Long Story Short. Another really great debut. Another artist I'm really happy to see on the label, because I think he absolutely deserves it. Immersive, another one. Like seriously, the diversity this year. Return from Dodge and Fusky. Not bad. I liked it a decent amount, especially because, well, I think probably Virtual Riot being involved has a lot to do with it, but it's just a good track. I really like this remix from VGR, aka Noke. Really fun, really groovy. I really like Noke. I'm excited to see what he does next, because Deity was a great track. Real Good Liar from this year is a great track. His most recent one, which is a collab with Pleague, Mad King, also really like that. So looking forward to that. This one was really fun, the Higo track. We got Curry Goat. Curry Goat's fine. I kind of like I don't know. As far as memes go, I think maybe that was not really my taste, but the track itself has like a fun little vibe to it. Got the Stealing Fire remixes. All of these are pretty good. I like the Skybreak remix of Nights on Fire. I like the Star Destroyer VIP. Nothing quite, at the max level. Oh, yeah, and Ephraim Maxwell. I think this is his debut as well, because that there was, what was it? There was like a Muzz remix, I think, that he did, where like there was a remix competition, and he won like third place, so it didn't get an official release, but like it was on their radar. But so I think that's a debut. This is another great debut. I've been loving Ever Maxwell's stuff for like 6 years now, so It's cool to see this. I like this track from Dirty Phonics and Ivory. I like the Sinkhole track. Yum Mornalic. These remixes, none of them really stuck with me. But, I mean, they're fun. Some AMR, got some nostalgics, some Whipped Cream. I really like this track from Viperactive and Dylan Francis, and I honestly think it'd have the material to be in, like, one of my picks. It's just so short. Why is it so short? There's, like, the drop ends so abruptly, and then it goes straight into a build-up, and then there's, like, barely an outro. It provides me with Viperactive's tracks. His track Hunted from Knights of the Round Table 5, where the first drop is 8 bars long. It's just, I mean, come on, Viperactive. Let it build a little bit. Come on. Yeah, Tan Sugar and Grace Barton, I like this one as well. Another great debut. Of course, we have Reverie by Haywire and Breakin'. And it's going to be my 15th pick. Yeah, I mean, that's no surprise. Return from Breakin', return from Haywire after... Well, I mean, Haywire is more recent, but still, he's sporadic enough that it feels like an event. But yeah, that track was just everything everyone expected it to be. Actually, let me remove it just for a minute, just so I can look at what else there is. I've got this... Oh, I didn't listen to this Oracle EP. I'm getting to that. I'll do that later. We've got Mala. We've got more Trivecta. This track was really cool. Some Doko, got some Must Die. UC and Wimbo. I haven't heard of them, but their stuff's... We've got Lucre, the last debut to close us off. I've been listening to Lucre since his first releases last year, and again, it's like sport mode. I could tell there was something like really special in there, and the more it gets refined, the more I'm excited to see what he does next. And this debut is huge, and I hope his like hype keeps growing. But yeah, that's the year. I'll put Reverie back in there. So yeah, those are my picks. Got Unforgettable by Bop, Show Me by Frankie Nuts, or Unforgettable by Bop, Subwave, I'm Alright, Show Me by Frankie Nuts and Axel Boy, 0200, Ultrasound, Losing Focus, Back to the Rave, Where Did You Go, Arise, Fly, Moonlight Between, Take Me Away, Only Be Myself, Aura Farming, and Reverie. And figure once again, I'll do my little predictions for which tracks I think are going to make it. Unforgettable, unlikely. I don't think so. I really like it, but it's kind of, I mean, it's got the retro little 80s style. I don't know if that's really going to have mass appeal. It'd be nice to see it, though. Show Me, I think there's a decent chance. I'm going to say, yeah, I think it's going to make it. I feel like this year I'm a little more out of touch with, like, how the general community feels about certain tracks. Like, I didn't watch really any ranking videos, which sometimes I do just to get a feel for, like, what the community thinks. So these are more shots in the dark. 0200 is absolutely making it. That I'm pretty confident in. Return from Abstract, just a great bass house tune, easy to dance to, easy to, like, really get into it with. Ultrasound, less likely. I think that's more me specific. Losing Focus has a decent chance. I'm gonna say, yeah, Losing Focus is gonna make it. I'm gonna say Back to the Rave is probably gonna make it. I think this style has a decent amount of appeal, and the fact that it's Must Die's debut also gives it a good chance. I think with Silk Quota, Where Did You Go is very likely to make it. I'm struggling, yeah, because, like, Silk didn't really have any really big... I guess Worlds Apart by Shingo. I think Worlds Apart by Shingo is going to make it. I think this is going to make it. I have no idea what else is going to make it from Silk. I think Cloud Cage had a release on one of the Silk selections. That's probably going to make it, just because Cloud Cage tends to make it. Arise, I'm going to say yes. Fly by Sport Mode. I'm gonna reluctantly say no, just because I think this might be a more me specific thing. I really hope it does, but I don't think it will. Moonlight, I also think won't make it, unfortunately. I don't know about Between. It's more of an introspective track and might not have as many legs. I'm gonna say Between, no, but Scary Pretty Paradox, yes. And let's throw in Rainbow Rave Parade, yes, as well. It's, Take Me Away by Kadeko, I think has a decent chance. I think it'll make it. Did Alibi make it last year? I hope it did. I'm gonna be kind of upset if it didn't. I guess I should check again. But I'm gonna say Take Me Away is gonna make it. Only Be Myself. Oh, I'm not sure. I think this style is a little less popular, but also the Control Freak track made it last year, and I wasn't really expecting that. I'm gonna say no, even though I really hope it does. Aura Farming is almost certainly making it. It's a massive collab between two beloved artists. Yeah, it's making it. And Reverie is absolutely making it. In fact, I feel pretty confident saying Reverie is going to win number 1 this year. I was wrong about that last year. I wasn't expecting Euphoria Rush to take it. But I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do to the voting to have such a front runner release so late in the game. Because usually I'd be worried that it just hasn't had time to grow on people. But, there is the Tokyo Machine effect where he'll drop something in November and it always seems to make it. So, maybe recency bias will work in Reverie's favor? I don't know. I honestly don't know what to expect here. But it is just, a spectacular track on, all counts. It's, exactly what people were hoping it would be. Or at least it is for me. So, I think there's a... Yeah, I think it'll be number 1. So yeah, those are my picks. Those are my predictions. And I'm excited to see what actually wins. Is there a last chance to change them? Yes, I'm certain. And there we go. See you next year.